podcast, and welcome to my first Riverside YouTube Live for my new podcast series, Reset and Realign, that I'm doing on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, I'm your host with the most, Shelbie Morgan. I'm the podcast host of Hustle, Budget, and Glow podcast, the financial wellness and mental wellness podcast. So, if you want to learn how to get your mental game right and your financial game right, combine the one, go ahead and tap in and tune in to the podcast show. You can stream the podcast on your favorite streaming platform, whether that's Castbox, Audible, Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. You name it, it's on there. So go ahead, subscribe, share, tell your family, friends, colleagues, and go ahead and tap in. You can also keep in contact with the podcast and everything I'm doing, whether it's a sub series like this one or the podcast itself, by following me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn at Hustle, Budget, and Glow. Also, you can tap it on the YouTube channel. If you're tuning in from YouTube now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to catch up and get access to things like this. Not to mention, last but least, I have a Substack channel I just started. I am a creative at heart. So if you want to dive into deeper content and get exclusives on there as well, from a written standpoint, and you can go live on there if you didn't know that, tap in with your girl at Hustle, Budget, and Glow. All right, well, I'm ready to get started. If anyone is on the call already, I know people need time to get settled from being at work today. Go ahead and drop your name in the chat. Drop the city in the chat that you're living in, or the city that you're from. I love to know who we have tuning in today. So it's going to be super chill and relaxed. All right. I got my water and my Stanley cup. Let me get a sip. All right. And I brewed me some tea. So my neighbor who I'm friends with recently went to London and brought me back some tea. I don't know if you've had tea from London, but it's quite a staple. And I really enjoy it. One of my favorite tea places. Let me get this for you. It's called, if you can see it, I don't know if you can. Twinnings Tea. It's my favorite tea shop that I've ever been to. So I got this really cute teacup and this matching tea plate when I was in London last summer, or I guess last spring. It was into May. Anyway, I have my tea for the show today. I have my water. Get your Cabernet, your tea, your water, your soda, whatever relaxes you when you turn down and wind down on a Wednesday. Let me get a sip of my tea. I did put some honey in it and some mint. My mom has a beautiful garden and she gave me a lot of fresh mint and cilantro when I went home. So I'm going to go ahead and have a sip. You relax, get settled, and go ahead and drop your name and your city in the chat. Oh my God, it's so good. This mint in the tea. Amazing. Game changer, you guys. Game changer. Definitely tap in. Um, anyway, so I hope you're relaxed and feeling like this is a safe space for you, because it is. I want you to feel comfortable, and I want this to help you with your mindset and your mental game as we hit midweek. And I know we can have a midweek blues every now and then, but you got to keep going. It's the hump in the week to get you to the weekend and to get you to keep going and improving on the things you're working on. So for me, I do have a run of show for us. It's gonna, like I said, be chill and be calm. So if I do look to my right, maybe that might be your left, but if I look up this way, I'm looking at the welcome and vibe setting that I've already cultivated for the show. I like to say cultivate because I think everyone should cultivate their space how they want and not curate. I think curation is what you do at an art gallery or a museum. I'm here to help you cultivate whatever you need for you, for your mental wellness and financial wellness. So I did the intro. I asked you guys to drop your names, your cities in the chat. You can keep doing that. So we're going to go ahead and tap in a bit. I want you to journal during this session, whether you want to do it digitally on your computer screen, like I have here, on your iPad, on your phone. My mother, when I went home recently to Houston, got me quite a few new journals for me to write in, or notebooks, whatever you want to call them. And I really love this one. This is why I picked this one today. She bought me four of them, but I really love what this one says. It says, let the beauty of what you love be what you do. For me, I love podcasting. I love to cook, I love to talk, and I love to connect. So I try to put everything I'm passionate about into my day to day life, because I feel like if you're doing something that is worth loving, you should share it with other people. So that's the vibe I'm on. That's what I'm doing today. So I have my journal here. Like I said, we can write in here, and it came with stickers, right? That's pretty cool. And we're gonna have a good time. We're just gonna vibe and kick back and chill for the next 15 minutes. All right. Again, I'm looking to the right because I'm making sure I'm following our agenda. I'm gonna write in the chat. If you're in the chat, say hey to me. Say what's good. Hey, everybody. All right. So, I really want us to start with some wins over the past week, right? Mental and financial wins. I'm going to have a little bit more tea and then we'll dive deeper. Oh my God, that mint is really kicking in, you guys. It's quite amazing. I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. Okay, so back to the win. So it's really important that you always highlight small wins, not always big wins in your life. So I want you to think about what are some of your financial wellness wins and your mental wellness wins over the past week. You can share one or two, however many you feel comfortable with, and drop it in the chat. But in the meantime, even if you don't want to do that, that's okay. Remember, put it in your journal, all right? Or put it in your digital journal, your iPad, your computer, whatever. I'm going to share one of mine. Well, actually, I'll probably do two. Let's see how I'm feeling. All right. So, my mental wellness wins, my highs for the week, all right, would be movement, number one. So I'm really big on overall physical wellness and making sure that you take care of yourself and your body because I really do believe it is a temple. So movement for me could be as simple as stretching, as simple as walking, or going to a spin class, right? Whatever I'm looking for. But this week, just the fact that I was able to move and do my workouts was really important to me. I've been traveling for the past week, and even when I was on vacation, I did my workouts and I was moving, right? So for me, I did two walks this week on Monday and on Tuesday. I did a 45 minutes to an hour walk. I have two dogs. You can probably see one of the dogs right there on the couch. That's Romeo. He's chilling. He's a toy schnauzer. And they go on these walks with me. Today, I did a run. So I'm the kind of person that, like I said, loves movement. And I have this new goal of mine where I want to do a 5K a month. So I did one in February. I did one in March. Let's see if I can find one before April ends. And so I'm like, let me get back running. I'm really a jogger, to be honest with you. But anyway, I went on a jog today and I did weight training. So for me, I'm really thankful and blessed that I was able to do movement. Last week, I did a lot of walks, a lot of treadmill jogging, and some strength training as well. So over the past week, movement has been one of my wins, right? So think about what your wins have been. It might not be movement when it comes to your overall mental wellness, but when I'm moving my body, I'm doing something for me, right? I'm taking care of me, and that brings me joy, and that sets my mental and my mind at ease. Next up, and again, I'm looking over here, remember, because I'm looking at my run the show for you. So, next up for me is slow mornings, coffee, and breakfast. I love iced coffee, you guys. I have an espresso coffee maker. It gives me life. I look forward to having an iced latte that I make every day. Once a week, I like to go out and support a local owned business coffee shop as a treat. And that's time to get out of my house, right? But I love slow mornings. I have to do something for me before I do anything for anybody or anyone else. I'm so serious. Make sure you show yourself some grace and do something for you. Okay. For me, again, coffee and breakfast. For breakfast, I love eggs, you guys. I'm vegetarian. I was pescatarian for the past 3.5 years. I recently decided to be full time, go full throttle hard vegetarian starting this month in April. So I'm really proud of myself for that. But I was pretty much doing that anyway. But the point is, I love having a healthy, fulfilling breakfast. And I eat around 10:30, 11 a.m. That's the time I eat breakfast. And I usually have my coffee before that. But that brings me all the joy, right? I can take a break from working, eat, have a good meal, enjoy my beverage, and keep it moving. Like that sets the tone for my day. Ask anyone, my family, my friends, if I'm on the trip or business or family or friend vacation, I need coffee, breakfast, and movement. Okay, I need all those things. But once I have that, you can pretty much do whatever you want on the vacation. Um, but those have definitely been my mental wellness highlights and wins for the week. So that really means a lot to me. So next up, I kind of want to talk about my financial wellness win. So what that looks like for me, you guys, is a few things, but specifically over the past week, it's been my budget check in. I do a weekly budget check in. Sometimes I check my budget twice, but really just checking in once a week really sets the tone for me. And I don't ever do it in the beginning of the week usually. I typically pick Wednesday and Thursday and then do it again on Sunday to start the week. So those are like my 2 days. But that really is a highlight for me because I can see that my money is planned, that my money is organized, right? That I can pay off any bills or credit card swipes, anything that I owe. And I feel like, hey, also here's the amount of money that I'm gonna spend, whether again, like I said, on bills or for my own personal enjoyment, right? Like that coffee I talked about, or maybe a workout class. So really happy about that. And those are my financial wins and my mental wellness wins for the week. So if you have any that you want to share, again, write that down in your journal or put it in your digital journal. All right. Bet. All right. So next, I want to talk about, you guys, is what you're working on. Okay. I really want to talk about where we're growing at and what that looks like for you mentally and physically. So you think about that. Again, write it down in your physical journal or your digital one. And I'm going to go ahead and share my current mental focus while you work on yours. All right. So, currently, one of the things that I'm working on when it comes to my mental health um, is finding joy in the now, to be honest with you. I'm someone who has continuously worked on not mind mapping. Mind mapping means that if there's a focus area in your life, just to say it's saving more money, I'm going to mind map and map out 10 different steps to get there, how it's going to go, whether it go well or good or bad or mediocre. And that causes stress and anxiety. And that's something that I don't think is good. That's not something I want to do anymore. And it's something I've gotten a lot better at. In the past year, I've cut that down by at least 55 to 60%. But I'm a work in progress like everybody else. All right. So for me, I really think it's important to find joy in the little things. Be okay with the surprises. Be okay with the flexibility. Sorry, that was my that was my alarm for me to go and wrap up my walk with my dogs. I walk my dogs from 6:45 to 7:15 in the evening, but they're okay. They'll get walked after this. But anyway, um, focusing on the now, being okay, being flexible with my routine changing. I'm such a routine person, but just being more flexible with things changing and surprises and new things that could come my way and being more open and finding joy in those things. Not looking at it as chaos, but looking at it as opportunity. So I'm constantly working on that. Just like I said, being flexible with the unexpected. So next up, I want to talk about the things I'm working on financially that I'm trying to do for my overall wellness with my wallet, with my money, whatever you want to call it. And remember, I'm your financial friend. I'm your wealth wellness advocate. That's how I want you to think of me. So I started freelancing years ago. I mean, I want to say the first freelance gig I ever did, I've always been a person that does side hustles, but the first freelance gig I ever did was around 2017 when I was in undergrad. It's not undergrad, sorry, graduate school. I can't remember exactly what client it was, but I did it on and off over the past couple years, and I had a love hate relationship with it. One, I love being creative and making something out of nothing, but I hate when clients don't show up for themselves the same way I show up for them. So I kind of just threw it under the rug and I let it go. Um, and then I got back into it. I really did. I haven't worked in corporate America in the past 9 months, and I really don't want to go back at all. And I'm trying to do everything I can to not go back. So I picked up a freelance client, and I was very hesitant about it at first. I didn't know how it was going to go, if they were going to show up for themselves and give me what I needed to make sure that they were successful. Because I can't make magic happen with no magician, right? Like I can sit here and be the wizard and brew the spells and be your Harry Potter or wizard fan or whatever, but I can't make it happen if it's your brand, you own it, and you're not sitting here showing up for yourself. So that was my past experience. But again, I'm trying to be open to the now. Like I said, being positive and being open minded. And I'm trying to figure out how to get another client, another freelance client. I got one. It's been a little over a month since I started working with them for my freelance side hustle. You know, I love a side hustle. And it's been going really good. I have no complaints. They're kind to me. They're creative. They show up. They're consistent. They're communicative. They give me the materials and resources I need to help them. And I literally found out about this opportunity. I'm subscribed to like a vegan newsletter from a vegan magazine called Veg News that I used to get an actual magazine like in the mail. I need to get that subscription back up. But anyway, I'm the kind of person I read all the way to the bottom of the email. I'm going to scan through it. And that's what I did. And I saw that this chef, this like world renowned vegan chef, was looking for some help for like marketing, branding structure, Shopify, Substack. They needed some help with some like marketing, branding collateral. And I was like, oh, this might be my opportunity. Let me hop on that. And I did, and I got the opportunity, and I'm really blessed and grateful. So that was again me being open to newness and nowness and not being caught up on trying to figure everything out. So one of the things I'm working on right now financially is I don't know really exactly where to look when it comes to getting my next freelance client. That one fell into my lap, and I don't even think I have to look. I think if I keep doing the right things on my end and putting myself out there, the opportunities will happen. So that's where I'm at. And I kind of want you guys to think about, you don't have to use the same wins that I have, like I talked about above, nor do you have to be working on the same things as me when it comes to your mental and financial wellness. But be open to newness, everybody. Be open to saving some time for you. Be open to showing up for yourself every day in every capacity. I think that's, super important. We can't control everything. Let me just put that out there. But we can reset and we can realign. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and tapping in with me. That's it. Again, this is a quick 15-minute check-in midweek. So don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with your family and friends. That's Hustle, Budget, and Glow. Find me also on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on Instagram, all right, on Substack, and make sure you check those out too. All platforms are one and the same. They all come together, but you get a different, sets of information depending on which one you're looking at. So definitely check those out. Next up, I'm going to be doing a live on Sunday called Set the Tone Sunday. Get you set up right for your week. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into strategy and structure for taking on your week in a peaceful way. That's going to be Sunday at 7 p.m. CST. So mark your calendars for that. I'm testing out the 7 p.m. time on Sundays. We might move that to 6 or 6:30. Keep that in mind. But again, stay connected with me on all those channels we just talked about. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you found some peace and some good vibes. I'm Shelbie Morgan, your host of the Hustle, Budget, and Glow podcast. That's a wrap. Peace out, you guys. Be blessed, live in grace, walk in abundance, keep hustling, keep grinding, keep shining, and the glow will come through. Bye. Have a good week, you guys. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for everything.